Jenkins. I'm an associate professor of communication, and this is the video for the syllabus. If you want to pull out your syllabus and read along, we're just going to cover some things here. First of all, I want to mention that this is a Maymester course, which only lasts 3 weeks, and normal semesters are 15 weeks. So if you think about it, that means every weekday is essentially a week of class. So you're going to be busy. I have, shortened the amount of material we would cover in a normal semester because I think it's just impossible to cover everything you would in a normal semester. But I still would expect that you'd need to spend a couple hours a day on most days preparing for the assignments, which includes watching videos and reading. Here's my email. I won't be in the office, so that number you probably won't get anybody, but email me. I'll respond quickly to that. Here at the top, notice that we will have a couple of days where I want to do some in-person meetings via WebEx. Those are mostly as we prepare for debates in the class. We'll have little coaching sessions so we can kind of go over your arguments together in advance. So come to those meetings with some idea of what arguments you want to make in the debate, and you can go ahead and sign up for one of those meeting slots. I did it over a 4-hour range from 10:30 to 2:30, hoping that everyone can find a time slot. If you cannot find a time slot that works, please email me and we will try to schedule a different time slot. This is the link to the WebEx meetings. Besides those 2 days, we will also have some open office hours from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on any day that says catch-up day on the syllabus, which usually I think Fridays. And so on Fridays from 11 to 1, if you have questions and such, I'll just have the WebEx open and you can pop in. All the articles or links to the articles are posted on, this is Blackboard, but I guess it's Canvas now, same difference. And in this topic, we're basically exploring how digital media, that is different communication technologies that use computers, hence are digital, have changed communication in various areas for the better and for the worse. We're going to focus on 2 areas, on political communication and on interpersonal communication. And in order to sort of test your learning on these in these areas, we're going to be doing debates in these classes. You will have 2 debates. For debate 1, we'll debate the topic resolved digital communication media are net beneficial for politics. So if you're on the affirmative side, that means you're defending this resolution. You believe that they are net beneficial for politics. If you're on the negative side, you are against this resolution. You're saying they're more harmful than they are beneficial. Net beneficial means kind of when you weigh the positives and you weigh the negatives, that the positives outweigh the negatives. So the negative side says, no, that's not true. There are more negatives than positive. And the affirmative side says, yes, that is true. There are more positives than negatives. The debate 2, very similar resolution, but just a different topic. Digital communication media are net beneficial for the quality of life. Quality of life is talking about sort of the quality of your lives. Things that included in this topic are things like our relationships, our friendships, our health, our mental health, our levels of happiness, etc. So it's a lot to do mostly with sort of interpersonal communication and maybe some health communication as well. So in the course, obviously we're trying to learn some things about digital media and how they affect our world. We're also engaging in public debate and thereby learning to think critically and analyze arguments. And in doing these debates, we'll be doing reading and research skills and developing those as well. Because these aren't just debates in the sense of flowery speaking based on no sources or no backing, but we're going to use sources to back up our arguments. Here's the rest of this is sort of a lot of the kind of fine print or whatever policies, says you have to follow the student code of conduct, which mostly means not to plagiarize. That will be difficult in this class since you're going to have to do your own debate. This is about our commitment to diversity and inclusion. Here's some information on student wellness as far as mental health goes if you're having issues with there. Here's some resources. This is about sexual harassment, which I don't think should be an issue since we are an asynchronous online class. But if you do feel like you're being sexually harassed, we will report that via Title IX. And here's some information about that. Here's some accessibility services information. If you do have a learning disability and need accessibility, please talk to me about that. Because this is asynchronous, I think you should be okay to move along in the class, but if not, we'll work out an alternative. This just says that you need to have access to a computer. This is about cell phone policy. It only really applies to in-class. And the written assignments here just basically says, please type up your written assignments. You'll see we're doing this online, so that shouldn't be a big deal. So the grades in the class, there's kind of three major grades here. The readings or the briefs, that is gathering or, briefing up arguments out of our readings from class. And we'll talk about that assignment coming up this week via video. But you'll have to do that 8 times over the course of the semester. And then our 2 debates. So the briefs assignment, essentially every time we have a reading for class, you'll have to post a brief on our blog. And there's the link to the blog. I'll be sending you an invite to be an author for that blog today on Monday. So be sure to look for that in your email and let me know if you don't receive it. But when we do readings, as I'll show you on the syllabus, you're required to post a brief for those readings. What this allows us to do is sort of gather together all of the research that we have for these debates, and it makes it easier for you to craft your speeches. The debates, again, there's 2 debates. You will flip sides. One time you'll be affirmative, one time you'll be negative. You'll also be doing one of each kind of speech that there is. The first kind of speech is called a constructive speech. Those are speeches where you kind of build your case. So here's the reasons why I believe digital media are net beneficial for politics, for instance, and you're building your case and providing evidence for that. And the second kind of speech is called a rebuttal speech. And a rebuttal speech is where you're responding to that case. So say you're a negative speaker and you're doing the negative rebuttal, you'll be answering the affirmative's case, the affirmative's constructive speech. Still using research, but also using sort of your own critical analysis to do those rebuttal speeches. So you'll give one affirmative speech and one negative speech. You'll give one constructive speech and one rebuttal speech. And you'll also be judging these debates yourself. And if you win the class vote, you'll get some extra credit for winning that decision. I've posted a grading rubric for the debates on Canvas already, so be sure to check that out. It has details on sort of what an A debate looks like, what a B debate looks like, how many sources you need to use, how long it should be, etc. And on these debates, I'm giving you kind of 2 options to turn them in. We'll post them all on our blog. I'll post like a blog post that says, please submit debate 1. Let's say it's Eric and Mary versus Skylar and Gabriel. Post your speeches there underneath that post in the comments. And you can do that one of 2 ways. Either you can do a normal speech, like a public speech, and record that and post it on YouTube or some other place online and just post a link to your video. Or you can just write out your speech and post the written version of your speech. You'll see the length of those, whether it's written or whether it's spoken, in the debate grading rubric. But you can do either way. And if you're the rebuttalist, essentially you'll watch or read the speech and then craft your rebuttal, and you'll have a couple extra days to do that. And then the final grade is the debate decisions. This is basically your decision on watching some debates. I think there will be 16 debates minus the 2 that you're in, so 14 debates. And I'm asking you to watch or read 6 of those debates and issue a decision. That is, I think the affirmative side won or the negative side won to 6 of those debates, 6 of those 14 debates. The decision is basically, you tell us which side you thought won, and then you also give us about a 1-paragraph explanation, your reasoning, why you thought their arguments carried the debate. Now, there are 14 debates, and you only have to do 6, but if you do extras, I'll give you 5 points extra credit for each extra one that you watch and submit a decision for. So that's up to you, but 6 of them are required. And these are just completion grades. If you give me a decision with a full paragraph explanation, then you'll get the full 10 points. Here's the schedule, and you can see there's pretty much things to do every day of the week during the weekdays. So for today, and I'll post each week kind of the checklist with the day-by-day breakdown. But today it's just watching this video and reading over the syllabus. Tomorrow, you're going to have a video on doing debates, and also go ahead to the Google Doc link up above and sign up for your coaching sessions later in the semester. Then on Wednesday, we'll go over the briefs and what that means. Make sure, again, that you have received an invite to be on the blog. Check your junk mail folder if you haven't found one. And once you do that, you should be able to post. You can oftentimes just go to blogger.com in order to post. And then on Thursday, you have 2 videos and 2 sets of reading. The Politics Affirmative 1 and 2 video and 1 and 2 readings. And then 2 briefs to go with that. So brief 1 from the Politics AF 1 readings and brief 2 from the Politics AF 2 readings. You should do a brief whether you're assigned to the negative side or the affirmative side. You should do a brief every time it says something like this, the politics affirmative or politics negative, etc. It's 1 brief per each one of these. And I'll show you the list down below here in a second. They're due by 5 p.m. on that day. Now, I'll have a catch-up day. So Friday is the catch-up day. And so please complete all your weekly assignments by 5 p.m. on that day. And then after that, I don't accept late blogs. So if it's later than the catch-up day, then you won't have a chance to turn those in. Week 2, we'll do Politics Neg 1 and 2 video and readings, and the 2 briefs that go with those, briefs 3 and 4. And then on Tuesday, we'll have those coaching sessions. So again, come with your arguments ready, what your main advantages or disadvantages you're going to argue will be, and we can kind of brainstorm those and talk about the good briefs that we have and the good arguments that you can make. Then the debate 1 day is Wednesday. Your constructive speeches are due by 5 p.m. on that Wednesday. And then if you're a rebuttal speaker, they'll be due by 5 p.m. on Friday, you can see. So be sure to check the debate schedule, which I will post in a couple days. I want to make sure we don't get any drops from the class before we go ahead and do that. And then, similar schedule. We have a catch-up day. We start the quality of life, affirmative and negative, coaching session, and a debate. Down here at the bottom, these are the, whenever it says like quality of life neg 1 and 2, video and reading. So here's the list of those. I will post the syllabus list right after I get done with this video and the doing debates one shortly after that. But here's each of the links to the videos that you should watch. Then here's the links of the readings, right? So when we read Politics AF 1 and 2, it's those 5 readings. When you read Politics Neg 1 and 2, it's those 4 readings there. So some will say on Canvas, and some will just have a hyperlink, as you see. So this is your list of readings. Just above that is your list of videos, and that should cover kind of the main materials you need to watch and read for this class. I know this will be a significant amount of work. That's just the way Maymester goes, but the advantage is it will be over before you know it. And I love doing debates. I think that they make people much smarter, better critical thinkers, and it's a good way to get your engagement so that you're learning and teaching one another instead of just me lecturing at you. Obviously, this is a hugely important topic these days. Digital media, social media, smartphones, etc., have dramatically changed our society, both for good and for bad. And I think it's important for us to be aware of these things, both to help us become smarter people, but also I think it will help you make better life decisions if you're aware of how digital media, for instance, are attempting to manipulate you. So have a good rest of your day, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.